If you're watching this, you're already familiar with the Mandela effect, so you know there are a lot of Mandela effects associated with cereal. The spelling of Fruit Loops, the spelling of Captain Crunch, the color of Tony the Tiger's nose, and the one we're going to look at today, the sunglasses on the Raisin Bran sun. To begin today's journey through the multiverse, we have to go all the way back to 1993.
I just love raisins in cereal.
I'm afraid you don't.
If I say I like raisins, I do.
No, I really don't think so.
Yeah, well, what do you call this, pal?
Not this.
Kellogg's Raisin Bran?
Hey, if you really loved raisins, you'd be eating Kellogg's Raisin Bran.
So, you really think you got something here, eh, buddy?
2 scoops of our sweetest, plumpest, juiciest raisins.
What was I thinking?
Kellogg's Raisin Bran. If you love raisins, this is your cereal.
No, there's 2 scoops, they do.
Let's take another look at that cereal box. The Raisin Bran sun is in the top right, and it clearly doesn't have sunglasses. Nowhere on this box is there evidence of sunglasses, not on the front, not on the back, and if we take a look at the Raisin Bran logo throughout the years, there were never any sunglasses. Personally, I always remembered sunglasses on the Raisin Bran sun, and the depiction of the sun was also quite a bit different than it looks now. The only sunglasses that were ever on the Raisin Bran box was this advertisement for a promotion where they were giving away free sunglasses. Why were they giving away sunglasses when their logo didn't have sunglasses? Well, that could be a contradiction, or you can just chalk it up to the fact that their logo is a sun. It's suspicious, but it's not proof. The only real proof we had was people's memories and their testimonials that they remember the Raisin Bran sun with sunglasses. YouTube user Lulu Romano even went around and asked people what they remembered.
Was there ever any sunglasses on the sun of the Raisin Bran cereal box?
If I remember that? No, I don't. I do not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, who doesn't?
Because I looked at that cereal box a lot.
You'd have to be really young not to remember that.
I didn't really eat Raisin Bran growing up.
With a mixed bag of answers, we head to New York.
Do you remember seeing sunglasses on the Raisin Bran box?
No.
No.
There's no sunglasses. It's the Mandela effect.
Can you do it without the stuff on his chin?
No sunglasses. It's the Mandela effect. What are you talking about, dude? There are sunglasses. I remember. I was there. I ate the cereals, bro. No, you're just wrong. You're remembering wrong.
As is the case with nearly every Mandela effect, contrarians will claim it's confabulation. You're remembering it wrong, or you're confusing that time where the raisins wore sunglasses, not the sun, as we can see in this commercial.
Everyone dreams of making it big, even raisins. And the big dream shared by every raisin is to be big enough for Post Raisin Bran. But for Post, only one kind of raisin is plump enough, sweet enough, big enough. It's the California raisins. Those super big superstars from the San Joaquin Valley. The only raisins big enough for the crispy flakes and Post Raisin Bran with the California raisins. 'Cause big raisins make a big difference.
But no, I don't remember raisins wearing sunglasses. I remember the sun wearing sunglasses. Fortunately, we have this video where someone went through Yahoo Answers before it went defunct, and you can see there were quite a number of people asking why the Kellogg's Raisin Bran sun was wearing sunglasses. The same question could be found on Twitter. And using the Wayback Machine, you can see that there are websites that state plainly that the sun was wearing sunglasses. In Family Guy, that sun has sunglasses.
What a gorgeous day! Isn't it a gorgeous day, Mr. Sun?
It's always a nice day with 2 scoops of raisins, Peter.
And there are all these other pieces of residue where the sun has sunglasses. The Raisin Bran sun had sunglasses. It's not the sun today with sunglasses added. That just looks off. Now, here's where I have to take you back not to 1993, but to 2023. The Mandela effect had just hit me recently, and I was just starting to work on the Mandela effect database. I was compiling every known Mandela effect that I could, and of course, one of those was the Raisin Bran sun. But it was just one effect in a long list, and I needed a break. So I stepped away and I put on Young Sheldon. And this is what I saw.
What do you want, honey?
Well, I was hoping to get an advance on my pay.
How much you need?
Next month, and the month after that, and like 2 weeks after that.
Cubic zirconium. Look into it.
Would you stop?
She'll never know.
No, I gotta get the real thing. It's important.
Learn from him.
What the hell is all this?
Precautions.
Did you see it? Take a close look at that cereal box. I was freaking out when I first saw it because there was no evidence that the Raisin Bran son ever wore sunglasses. And yet, there it was in this episode of Young Sheldon. I couldn't make sense of it at the time. It felt like someone or something knew what I was working on. Oh, you remember the Raisin Bran son with sunglasses? Well, here it is. It existed, and that is the proper son. You can see that it looks quite a bit different from the other sons I've shown you in this video. Or maybe you can't see it too well from this clip. But when I looked into it a little further, I found a much clearer image. Here it is, the prop artwork from this episode of Young Sheldon, a box of Raisin Bran cereal from 1993. But how exactly is it that this artwork exists? I've shown you not only the official box from 1993, but basically all of the depictions of the Raisin Bran son. The son never had sunglasses, but as you can see here, it does exist. I'm gonna speculate now on just how this Raisin Bran son with sunglasses came to re-enter the current timeline. My first theory is a bit self-centered, but I'm gonna say it anyway. It's because of me. Because I was working on the Mandela Effect database at the time, I sort of drew it to me. I either unconsciously manifested it straight out of the multiverse, or something showed it to me. It could have been God, spirit guides, or whatever force governs the Mandela Effect. But the timing of it really makes me think I had something to do with it. Let's look at this from another angle where I take myself out of the equation. This would be my second theory. Some of you may or may not know this, but not everyone is on the same timeline. Someone standing in line with you at the Home Depot may be on the timeline where it's still just Home Depot. We can extrapolate that further to mean that not everyone working on Young Sheldon is on the same timeline. That might include someone working in props. So if this individual goes back and looks at a Raisin Bran box from 1993, this is what they would see, the Raisin Bran son with sunglasses. So when they reproduce the box for the show, that's what shows up. The box from their timeline. But that box doesn't match up with the Raisin Bran son from the current timeline. The prop artist would have inadvertently created residue for us, even though for them, on their timeline, that's just how the Raisin Bran box is. My third theory is based a bit on my second theory, and that is that the prop artist, whoever they were, recreated the box from memory. Honestly, I find that the least plausible just because of how easy it is to look up a Raisin Bran box from 1993. If you're tasked with doing that, why wouldn't you just Google it? Plus, that sun is pretty exact to what I remember. It might be hard to recreate it so precisely from memory. If you have your own theory, feel free to share it below. But whatever the reason may be, we now have the proper Raisin Bran sun with sunglasses existing in this current timeline. Before I go, I should probably add that this wasn't the only strange thing that happened while I was working on the Mandela Effect database. In fact, it was really only the beginning. You might want to subscribe because going forward, things are going to get really weird. Until then, this has been the curator of the Mandela Effect database. I'll see you around the multiverse.
Why did you order Raisin Bran?
Why did you order tea?
Because you ordered Raisin Bran.
I ordered Raisin Bran because I didn't want there to be any mistaking it for a date.
It can still be a date if you order Raisin Bran.
It's not a date.